YouTube.
I believe it's
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, please change your password.
The Bot Squad is live. The Bot Squad is live. The Bot Squad is live.
What?
Oh, I gotta do this. Boop. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pod Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 255 on October 6th, 2021. I am Clyde, and today I am joined by Matthew Ross.
Hello, everybody.
And Jimmy Trammell.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing all right.
It's not bad.
Once again, introducing you guys in order of screen.
Fine. Do I need to show up like late sometimes?
No,
so
that really screws me up because then I have to like think, wait, what are their names?
I have that problem all the time. I'm talking to somebody, I've worked with them for years, and like, I know your name.
Don't tell me.
I could say your name. I really can. I can pull that out. Darn it. And then it happens, and eventually I usually do before it becomes too big of a deal for me, but that happens to me all the time. I'm horrible with names.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. When I host, I also have the same name.
You want to know a secret?
It says your name up on top.
No,
the names are listed.
There's a reason I call everybody dude. It's so I don't have to remember names.
Yeah, I often resort to similar non-specific naming techniques as well.
Yeah,
yes.
I think Clyde just writes her names at the top of the sheet.
It's on the wall behind my camera, but the problem is they're written in a specific order, and that's why if you guys show up in different order, then I have to like do gymnastics in my brain, and then my risk entire like complete shutdown. So we try to keep it status quo.
So what's going on right now with you guys?
I don't know what's going on with us.
I don't know.
Nothing much, Had a dental appointment yesterday.
What did you go to the dentist for? Just regular checkup or something
Just
happened?
regular checkup.
Oh.
And my gums improved since the last time.
Congratulations.
Okay.
I wish I had that celebration thing still.
Yay!
I could do this. Breaking news. Jimmy's gums have improved.
That's wonderful. Good job on your brushing, sir. You've done excellent. That's all I've got to say.
It's really wonderful to have some young lady younger than my daughter telling me that, oh, you're doing a good job.
No, I don't want to talk about dentists. So they're not my favorite. So that's okay. We'll just have to talk about them later if you want. We should talk about news though.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. We got a story here about the Facebook game streaming pro platform they've got going on. Apparently they've had a game streaming platform where you could share your gaming technique, well, whatever you're doing with people out there. It allows you to have some co-streaming games where you guys can stream with other people at the same time. Looks like the guys have now allowed the developers of Facebook games to get into this action, specifically for use of being able to do internal testing of various games with each other, and to also share with the people out there to like show them of their upcoming games and things like that. So this is I love this streaming and sharing technology out there. It allows us to connect with our people and with our folks, and it makes sense that this would be something that you could have as a creator actually go ahead and share with what you've been doing and and making games, developing games.
So now your grandma can stream games with her friends.
Yes, and not a bad thing, I guess.
I just, is there much demand for co-streaming for grandmas? Because Facebook is grandmas nowadays.
Generally,
I kind of agree with you, Clyde. I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. When I think of gamers, I just don't think of Facebook and gamers together for some reason.
well, it's
I don't think of Facebook and gaming at all.
well.
I mean,
you
obviously the Oculus because, whatever, but that's completely different than this.
Well, there is a lot of Facebook gamers out there in the world. They're just playing those built-in games and the web games.
Yeah, I'm not saying there aren't. I'm just saying the two things aren't synonymous in my brain. That's all.
And also, Facebook's been doing their streaming platform for a while, and it's somewhat popular. I mean, I guess it's popular specifically with the Facebook crowd. So,
hey, Jimmy, let's go on Facebook, and then we can stream while tending our Farmville.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Clyde. You read my mind.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I remember Farmville on Facebook.
I'm picking my carrots.
is Farmville still a thing?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, maybe we could grow some nicotine.
Hey, there you go. That's what you call a cash crop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
we'll make some tobacco. I know someone out there gets that reference.
Or if you were here for the pre-show, maybe. I don't know. All right. How about this? If you have, and famously, last couple of weeks, been talking about the NVIDIA Shield and the fact that they've basically been saying, we don't need to upgrade. Not at this time. We're not going to need to do any of that upgrading stuff. Remember those stories we've been hearing about?
Well, they were saying they weren't going to upgrade to 10.
Right.
They said there's no point.
Exactly. So it's interesting that we're now seeing stories of some people reporting that they've been asked to upgrade to the NVIDIA Shield Experience 9.0.0 update, which is reportedly running Android TV version 11. That being said, at the same time, it looks like most of these people who've been reporting these things, like on your YouTube, not on YouTube, where are these reports on being sent on various platforms? They're disappearing, like on subreddits and things like that. So what's going on here? Is there a secret project happening? Are we going to get Android 11 TV?
No, we knew. I mean, we knew that the next thing they were going to upgrade to was 11. I think that the news is that it's this soon. Because, yeah, they basically said they were going to sit out the update to 10, and then eventually the idea was eventually they'd just go straight to 11. But, yeah, if they've spotted it in the beta or in the code someplace, then that's cool.
I have the original NVIDIA Shield, and it's right here. I need to plug it in and turn it on and see what it currently is running. I would love to see if they're going to update it. I want to turn this into my emulation box for now, I think, which I know it can do, and it's pretty good at it. So that's my plan for now. We'll see what I can do with that. But I want to see if this original one, not the later models, get.
It's worth noting that all of the people that reported this were breaking NDA. Which is why the posts have been deleted. But as we know on the internet, nothing is truly deleted. And it's possible to go back and see the old posts. Because these people were part of a closed beta. And I'm willing to bet they're not going to be invited to the next closed beta.
Oh, why not? Because they broke their terms of service?
Yeah, TOS is a big deal.
No. Well, I'm happy that they're working on it, and it sounds like it's in active development to the point where it's in a beta. Sounds good. I'm excited because they tend to do the best stuff with what's given to them, and I hope I get the update with mine. I kind of feel like I probably won't. I bet you it's sold.
Yeah, I think they said a long time ago that your version is basically done.
Yeah.
Why don't they want to support it for 10 years?
I don't know.
It's been about 10 years since they were.
Yeah, no,
Almost.
I think it's like 2013 model.
Like I said, almost 10 years. We're coming up on 2022 in a couple months.
I know.
So
NVIDIA's shield's been out almost 10 years. now?
yeah, just about.
Really?
It was one of the first. I got my ADT developer test version of the Android TV would have been September 11th, 2013. And then, or wait. No, I guess it was 2014 when I got it. And then the Shield came out later. So
so they came out with a Shield TV that is a 2015 model.
Yeah, that's
Shield
what I said.
TV Pro. And then they came with a 2017
Yeah.
model and a 2019 model, which is cylindrical. It's actually the one they actually made the change in the shape.
Yeah.
So I think this is the 15 model. So I've still got 4 years until it's before it's a decade.
But
It gets its
still,
10th
that's pretty
birthday.
close to a decade. It's closer to a decade than it is a year.
It's like it's a toddler now. It's so nice. It's so wonderful. Oh, and it still does 4K just fine. So it's right back then. That's good. I'm happy that Merck's gonna see those updates. I can't wait. All right, we have a story here. Philo is they've got that streaming service with a lot of those channels that you didn't know you wanted, but found out these are like almost all the channels you wanted that aren't owned by Viacom. All those awesome channels available to you. If you are using a Google TV as your platform of choice to watch Philo, it is being integrated into the live section much better now. So you will be able to see that live bar showing the current shows going on and get leads to go straight into your Philo TV, getting that better integration into the system there. So this is similar to what they were doing with Sling TV, getting that integration into the system, so you'll easily be able to get in and see what's going on with that deeper platform from that Surface interface. So yeah, I'm hoping more of this happens with more different platforms.
And I just have to say, whoever you are writing at 9 to 5 Google, I am disappointed in you. Do some research. It in one of the paragraphs, it says the live tab on the Google TV home screen was initially launched with support only for Google's own YouTube TV service, which is not true. It was Sling only at the beginning because Sling had been doing it longest on the Sling, the Air TV, and then that was there when they launched the YouTube, the TiVo stream 4K. Even on the Chromecast Ultra with Google Plus Sky Control, whatever Sabrina thing, it was only Sling TV. It took a while before they finally, and if you remember, I ridiculed them relentlessly because why is your own service not available on your own device?
Right, I remember that.
Yes. Mr. Ben Schoon, I expect better out of you.
Called him out and everything.
I expect better out of you.
Poodle Puncher is not pulling his punches.
At Nexus Ben on Twitter, I need everybody to at him and say
you've been punched. By
we expect better.
All right. Well, what are you gonna do? It's just he probably didn't know. He's probably doesn't.
But he's
remember.
writing the article. It's like his job to know.
Whatever.
I mean, what is this? The New York Times where you could just write whatever you want?
Basically,
it's
yes.
like
It's the
true?
internet. It's the internet. So yeah. Just so
Okay.
you know, it's not that much different.
Just a reminder, Philo offers over 60 channels for $25 a month, making it still one of the best deals out there if you want live TV.
True. And also the streaming that's, the video on demand you get from Philo is actually what I watch more of because it's commercial free for the most part.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
it's awesome.
you get all the good content of everybody else minus those expensive sports.
No sports, no Nickelodeon / those MTVs and things
The
like
Viacoms.
the Viacoms, no Disney's, but everything else basically.
Well, they don't they have like Fox and
I don't know if they have Fox. I don't think they
the
do,
other Fox affiliate
I can't
or
remember.
subsidiaries that are
Maybe
now Disney's.
they might. I'd have to look them up.
Hey, they got ABC.
They
Disney.
do?
I'm pretty sure they have ABC.
Wait,
I don't know.
I know they changed their plan recently, and I'm still grandfathered into the old $20 plan with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Okay.
which is just none of the
And
big networks.
I know that came out as a statement, but there was a question mark at the end.
Oh, there was?
That was a question about ABC.
Right.
Or it was intended to be a question.
They get AMC.
Okay. All right.
All right. What do we got here? We got NBC Universal and YouTube TV. Last week, we discussed the fact that YouTube TV was being asked by NBC Universal to provide to their viewers and the access to NBC Universal channels and force them to also purchase a copy of Peacock, because that's what you can do when when you're trying to make your streaming provider to do this, right? So since then, apparently in the middle of at the 11th hour, just before things had to go south, and YouTube TV was ready to pull the plug and say, whatever, spend your $10 and go get Peacock. We don't care. We want a regular deal. Please keep giving us your regular deal. Something happened. They made decisions in the background. Price is not going up. Channels are staying the same. You don't have to buy Peacock. Essentially, everything's staying exactly the same.
So NBC walks away with nothing.
Nothing.
YouTube gets to play the victor. I mean, we all win because we're not going to be forced to buy something we don't want. I mean, if you want it, go buy it. But yeah, no, this was the dumbest. This was one of the dumbest things. I kind of want to give NBC credit for trying to pull that move, but that was still dumb. And the thing I meant to mention last week, which I was kicking myself after for not, is had YouTube or had Google caved to this, it would have been bad, because it would have set the precedent, and then literally every other content owner would do the same thing. CBS, if they're on there, I don't even know, but they would be requiring everybody to buy Paramount Plus. Disney would be forcing everybody to buy Disney Plus. And YouTube TV is already stupid expensive. Now imagine signing up for all of the other things. You've now got a $200 platform, whether you want it or not. So good job, Google, for protecting our wallets, sort of.
Not being ridiculous with them, at least. Sort of.
I know that, yes, Wabbit, I know that NBC is owned by Comcast.
Yeah. Well, what stops them from trying from somebody else? What stops them from saying DirecTV do the same thing? What stops them from saying
public shame, ridicule?
Okay, so in other words,
people unsubscribing. If you get all of the current Peacock subscribers to unsubscribe, and when they ask you why, you say it was because of the thing you tried to do with YouTube TV. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, I actually, let's just play out the scenario for a minute.
Okay.
Let's say it happened. What would I do? I know what I'd do. We'd cancel YouTube TV.
Exactly.
We would cancel.
Yeah.
And we'd say, and we'd be like, it's too expensive now because we have to get both of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be so stupid.
It would be suicide for YouTube TV to kowtow to that request. And basically NBC would just be like, whatever.
Because you're right. YouTube TV's price is at that pain point where it's like, okay, I really don't want to spend any more.
I mean, yeah, I would.
You reached it earlier. I know.
There has to be some sort of profit, or YouTube or Google wouldn't be still in this business. They've quit more lucrative things for less reasons, but I gotta say those margins have to be razor thin.
So Wabbit asks in the chat, where would I go what would be my alternative? And that's a fair question.
Philo.
Well, no,
for me.
Well, for me, it's okay. What do I watch on YouTube TV? And the answer to that question is recently sports. That's mostly what we've been turning on YouTube TV to watch. It's like, let's see if the game's on, because that sounds like something we'd be interested in watching. We enjoyed YouTube TV for the Olympics, and so good question. I don't know what I would do.
I would go to Peacock.
Well, you could do that.
No,
but another alternative is if you subscribe to Hulu already, you could go Hulu Live.
Right. Yeah, go for one of these.
Because you're paying them, $11, $12 already, right? Then you just go up to that same $65 level.
Yeah, that's true.
The problem is if they tried this and succeeded with one, the next day they would be demanding it from everybody else.
So I actually, if I were to choose a place where to go, Wabbit, I think I would probably end up, or at least discuss with the family, hey, let's go to Fubo, because Fubo is getting Root Sports, which is Mariners baseball, which is basically what I want to watch this live. So
or what about MLB TV?
Yeah, so that's like super expensive and doesn't get all the games, and neither does anything.
Yeah.
And that's my rant at the end of the show, so I'm going to leave that there.
All right. we'll leave that right there. We'll pick it back up later.
Okay, we'll pick that up later. All right. So here's an interesting feature. Twitch has a problem. A new feature. No. This is not that problem. That problem's a later story.
Okay.
We're talking about an earlier story before the later story. No. This is a different problem. Twitch has a problem which happens to some people. It's what they call hate raids, which is where people will be doing whatever they do on Twitch, and then people will then suddenly be flooded with a bunch of people who are angry and hateful and spouting horrible stuff. And this is a problem because Twitch raids are a real thing. In case you don't know, Twitch raids are literally, you can have all the people who are in one channel, and you can then basically turn off your channel and take all of your current chatters, move to aim them at a specific other channel that they will be put into. They can stay or go, whatever they want to do, but they are just by default moved over there for that purpose. We would do that before on this feed every once in a while and raid some other channels with whoever we have left over at
like
the end
3
of our
people
show. Yeah, whatever people we had left, and it was fun, but it looks like people have learned how to take this normally fun thing to give somebody thousands of viewers suddenly and turn it into something bad by basically filling them with people spouting horrible garbage. So in order to combat this, Twitch has introduced a new feature, which is to require that all users who join your channel to do some type of verification, whether it be an email verification or a text verification. Somehow just, prove that you're human and to get yourself, go ahead and verify before the users can be entering the chat and start to talk. So it's not a horrible idea, quite frankly, especially if you are trying to prevent, if that's a problem. It's a nice tool in that arsenal. But at the same time, personally, I think unless that's the kind of thing you have to deal with, I would never turn this on until it became a tool you needed, kind of thing.
See, this is one of many problems that Twitch has, including the one where computer-driven accounts will follow your stream, and at first it's like, "Ooh, hey, I'm getting lots of followers," and then you notice it's variations on the same name.
Oh, interesting.
And I learned about this about a week ago because it was happening on Big Boys Jay's stream. And then and at first I was like, it's, it looks okay. They're bumping up his subscriber numbers or his follow numbers, right?
Yes, look
But then
numbers.
someone said, yeah, but then all of those accounts will then flag your channel and basically get you banned.
Wow.
And it was like, oh yeah, that's not cool.
Wow, that
but I
people are
mean,
evil.
But it's really that the problem is that Amazon has, I mean, these kind of problems have been around for a long time, but Amazon has kind of been resistant to actually doing anything, giving streamers the tools to, and they've had to go to third-party developers who have been making tools to help fight this stuff, and then Twitch bans those tools because they're third party and not approved. And it really comes down to, Twitch, if you don't fix this stuff, somebody's going to attack you and you're going to be in a world of hurt. But yeah, it sucks, but you know what? People are terrible.
Yes, they are.
Just in general, people are terrible.
Speaking of which, people have been terrible to Twitch for reasons. Now we're going to talk about the fact that apparently Twitch has been leaked. And what do you think of yourself? What do you mean by that? Well, the source code to how Twitch works, that's been leaked. A bunch of their various documentation.
The title of this story says it all. The entirety of Twitch has been leaked.
Source code of their clients and their server platforms, 125 gigabytes of data in a web torrent that got posted on 4chan for all the world to see, which includes things like, proprietary SDKs, their entire mobile and desktop console clients.
Yeah. The entire list of payouts for 2019.
Yeah, everything anybody's paid for.
I have a bone to pick, though. I'm looking at the list of the top 100 highest paid Twitch streamers from August 2019 to October 2021, and I don't see the VOD Squad anywhere.
Those jerks must have erased it. Obviously, we're like number 6 or something, right?
I know. We should be up in the multi-millions.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't get it. No, but everything has been leaked on it. This doesn't necessarily do direct damage to Twitch, but it does basically air their laundry of everything, how they do everything. So this means things are going to get hacked.
It also shows how little they've paid attention to security on their own end. But yeah, when I saw this was posted on 4chan, I just went, it seems about right. That's like the exact place I would expect this to end up.
Didn't 4chan become such a cesspool that the guy who made it just went and made 8chan because he? Yeah,
I don't know, but I've learned we can't say that word anymore. Because if we say it a third time, then we will summon. It's like Candyman or Bloody Mary,
or Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So. But at this point I'm like, I think we made the move at the right time. Not that it would really affect us in any meaningful way, but now I have to go change a password, and I'm mad.
I should probably do that.
Even though yes, don't try to look up our password because it is two-factored, as all when you become a affiliate, you are forced to put a two-factor on your account. So I mean, there's always that. But yeah, I don't know. It is. I guess Twitch, you got it. You got what's coming to you after the last story.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, so Seinfeld. Everybody loves Seinfeld, right?
Seinfeld? Yeah, I like Seinfeld.
Yeah. It's a show. It's a show, and it's on streaming platforms, and it's a show that's available to watch on things like it was on HBO and HBO Max. But Netflix.
Yeah,
They
it was
said,
on
"Nah,
Hulu for a long time.
it was on Hulu before," and they said, "Hey, you know what? Netflix went ahead and purchased Seinfeld from the guys at Turner in order to have access to that on their feed. So now Seinfeld's moved all the way over to Netflix, so you can watch it in all its glory." And well, maybe not all of its glory. How about that? Somebody who took this, obviously dropped this into Handbrake, selected the 16:9 aspect ratio cut, and yet re-rendered the entire everything on there with many of the pieces of the shows being cut off because it's now 16:9, originally a 4:3 show. So that means that much of the stuff that you might have thought might be useful, might have been, part of a joke or something, it's missing now.
So now we're going through the whole Simpsons debacle with Disney Plus all over again, but with Seinfeld.
Yep. All I gotta say is, did they? There's got to be. There's got to be ways that this can be fixed, guys. I mean, somebody's got to be able to get the right material. Or why did they just keep it 4:3? I mean, I get it that we're a 16:9 world now, but just, I don't care. It's Seinfeld. It was 4:3. Make it 4:3.
Yeah,
I don't care. Or have the option. That would be fine. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the difference here, though, is that it's cropped top to bottom, whereas with the Simpsons, we lost stuff on the side as they've zoomed it in, because they zoomed it in rather than
cutting.
Because now the article points out one episode in specific is the Pothole episode, which most people, if you're a Seinfeld fan, you remember the Pothole, where George drops his keys and he's screaming at the pothole. Well, in this crop, since the pothole's at the bottom of the screen, in the crop, it doesn't appear at all. Mm-hmm. So now you've just got George yelling at a street and there's nothing there.
I'm being yelled at in the chat because of how I said Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm. There's no I in Feld.
I know, it's not field. I get it. It's not field, like a field of dreams. Or
you should move the I so it'd be Senfield.
Senfield.
Actually, that sounds like a manufacturer of headphones. But yeah, so bottom line, if you don't like this, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, some people don't have the option. They can't. So,
well, some people can't not watch it. They have to.
No, they want to.
They're being watched. They have to watch it at like gunpoint. Like, is this Saw?
It's more, some people, it's like their significant other is watching it and they have no choice but to sit there and watch it too.
Oh, you have a choice. You can always get up and walk to another room and do something else.
Well, I guess that's true. That's true. Okay. That's fine. YouTube TV. YouTube, no, not YouTube. YouTube is making it easy for you to continue watching a video. What this means is, if you've been watching a video and maybe you started on your mobile phone, if you're logged in on your phone, and then you later pause the video, stop the video, whatever you do, and then you walk over to your computer and you turn it on, it makes it so that video pops up in the corner as a video that you may want to continue watching. I have mixed feelings about this feature. I discovered this last week and went, that's cool. That could be interesting to use. And then I was at home and I sat down and it popped up a work video because there was a work video. I was like, I really don't want this video. And then I thought to myself, maybe I didn't stop that video for a reason and I don't want to continue watching it. Stop popping up. So I don't know. Is there an option to turn it off? I'd have to figure it out.
I mean, a couple weeks ago, I complained about on the mobile device that when I try to end a video, it minimizes and keeps playing in the bottom corner of my screen. And I absolutely drives me crazy. I have to go through like 4 steps to get it to go away. And I'm done watching it. I backed out. I tried to go back. And then, this takes that whole thing and makes it even worse.
Because then it goes follows you.
They're
to your
like,
computer.
oh, you don't like that? Let's step it up a notch or kick it up a notch. For all you Emerald fans,
Bam.
yeah, bam, indeed. That's what I want to do with my mobile device every single time this happens. Every Wednesday night. But yeah, I
actually think it's a good idea. I wish it would give me an initial, hey, this is a feature. Look at what we could do, and you'd give you the option to, sure, keep doing this, or no.
I am fine with options when you have the option to opt in.
Yeah.
Or yes, even less enjoyable, you have the option to opt out. I have a feeling this is like my complaints about Netflix, where they have features and you cannot turn them off. And then I say, I'm just not going to use your service anymore because it annoys me too much.
What would make that better? If it were to ask you the question, do you
if it was a setting, hey, you can turn this on, awesome. Or, hey, at least you can turn it off. Right. Less awesome, but still great.
So generally, then a new feature pop-up is an okay thing. Say, this is a new feature, you can turn it on right here, or go into settings. You're okay with that.
Yep.
Or it's a new feature and we've turned it on for you. You could turn it off right here.
Yeah, I would prefer not to have to go through that extra step, but I will go through an extra step. But not having, if there is no option, then I demand we get out the pitchforks and torches.
I'd have to look at it again to see if it is. So I guess I could bring up a video here and then bring it up on.
I haven't been able to find an option to disable the thing that's been happening currently, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So,
well, that's all right. All right. Netflix has got their shuffle play feature as a beta for some people for some time now. This is the idea of it picking up just something random for you to watch and making it easy for you to just open up the app and start playing something. Looks like now you can turn it on any Android device. And so if you have an Android device and you have Netflix and feel like just turning on something to watch on it while you're doing something else, or maybe just sitting there with your phone and actually staring at it, watching Netflix on your tiny 8.6-inch screen or whatever.
Netflix finally found a use for all those old iPod shuffles.
But it doesn't work on iOS yet.
No, it's powered by them. They've got like a whole warehouse of iPod shuffles plugged together to make one super shuffle. And that's exactly why their shuffle service is so terrible.
I don't know. Some people, this is exactly what they want. They just want to have something running.
Yeah.
And something running in the background and it's also based on what you tend to like. So it's at least trying to be,
But Netflix stopped caring about what you like when they got rid of the rating system and gave you just thumbs.
I know your system is poisoned and it can never work correctly for you.
No, it's just that anything it recommends to me now is just pure garbage, or it's something that there's no way I would ever have liked it, but it's the thing that they're currently pushing.
Right.
And that's why I don't trust this. Yeah, if you don't care what you watch, then this is probably perfectly fine. There are some people that just I don't care, just make moving pictures.
No, I know plenty of people who've watched everything on Netflix because they've watched everything on Netflix. And so this is a good feature for them because maybe it'll show them something they haven't seen or that they thought they haven't seen, or what, I don't know. I don't know. It is a new feature. It's now out of beta. Android users can use it now. Enjoy or not. All right. Go ahead. This is a story about GM, and I don't understand this story. GM is starting their own subscription service, as in they want to have a subscription service. Is this a subscription service to like an online streaming platform that they're got?
It's an in-car subscription service. So basically, they're trying to build their own Netflix. They said their revenue, or I don't understand what they're doing either, because everybody else is like going to other services, right? We just talked about Android TV in, was it not Plymouth, Chrysler vehicles, like a week or whatever. Plymouth is dead. That's why I said it couldn't have been Plymouth. Yeah, apparently GM is like, nope, screw it. We're going to do it ourselves. And we're going to be bigger than Netflix. And everybody, there was another massively famous organization or group that said a very similar thing. And their following had a steep decline immediately after.
I don't get this quote. Our research indicates that with the right mix of compelling offerings, customers are willing to spend $135 per month on average for product and services.
Oh, people are complaining that they have to pay $65.
I better be getting an extra car with that service, a backup one. When this one doesn't work.
I mean,
is that services overall or just streaming?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. It says, in addition to OnStar, they intend to target customers interested in Maps, which is an in-vehicle app-based navigation solution. And it will be activated with Alexa voice control. When that right there, you just eliminated a huge market. I don't use the voice on my little watch thingy that could be helpful because it's only Amazon. And then they see a big opportunity to earn revenue off of its commercial customers, specifically with existing service OnStar vehicles, insights that can help both GM and non-GM mixed fleets with fleet management. So I mean, it's centered around their already service, the OnStar, which I don't know how many people actually pay into it. Most people just leave it off because it still works in an emergency. You just can't get them to unlock your car from your airplane. That was a commercial.
In my mind, this might work if it was part of an autonomous car subscription, right? If they threw this in,
yes,
with it, right? So you could watch some streaming service while the car takes you to where you want to go, right?
Sorry, Jim, we have reached your destination, but the doors will not be unlocked until you finish watching this mandatory video.
We're sorry, but this video, this ride is ad supported. We must watch the entire ad.
Sorry, Clad, I can't do that for you.
I'm not completely sure what this is, what they're trying to do. Apparently, the only thing I understand about this is they think they're going to make money, but it's not clear how.
It's got to be something else besides just a streaming service in your car. There's got to be something else.
Well, it's OnStar, it's this map service, it's other things. But yeah, like I said,
that's stuff we have now and pay nothing for it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so all these things are things you could do with your phone already paying for or free otherwise. It sounds like the General Motors has decided that they are not interested in making any kind of they're interested in finding another revenue model, and they think that this is going to make them a lot of money. I can't see this being that popular. I don't know.
It's got to be something else, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see this being part of something of a bigger kind of service, as long as it's not costing $100 and something a month.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, it's got to be more than just this.
In 5 years, when I'm finally able to afford the new Corvette that I've always wanted, I am not subscribing to this.
Well, you see what they're going to do, right? To get you to buy the new car and say, oh, and then, you know, for if you finance it through us, we'll throw in this subscription for free.
Oh, and I will do exactly what I did with my car. They said, hey, we're going to go ahead and throw in this Blue Link thing. I said, no. Well, it's free. I said, no. Take it off. Disable it. No.
Yeah.
And you know what? It still works in an emergency. You know how I know? Because at least once a year, when I reach up to adjust my mirror to dim it, I bump the call button. And then I get the emergency person, and I have to say,
I'm sorry.
Everything's okay. I just pressed I'm sorry. I learned the first time, don't cancel it, because they immediately call you back. And they said, we get it. Just let us know. Don't hang up, because then they freak out.
It's their job.
Yeah. No.
People at emergency call centers, you guys are awesome. You have to deal with the weirdest crap in the world, and also people in real panic and bad situations.
Absolutely. Which is why I feel bad every time I push that button, because I'm taking the attention away from someone that probably actually needs it.
Right. I want to rant about that. Okay, after the show, I got something to say.
Okay, so we will add it, emergency services, to the post show.
To the post show conversation. All right. All right. Here's something for you guys. Instagram. Remember IGTV?
Sort of.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it for the last, 6 months or so. IGTV being their own, kind of being like a YouTube competitor's program, kind of like, Instagram television.
Oh, that's not what I'm thinking of. What's an IGTV a channel?
It's kind of almost a platform. It's part of the Instagram thing, but it was like its own channel inside of that.
I was thinking of one of those cable channels, like circa mid 2000s, that did like home renovations and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of HGTV. Never mind.
Yeah, there's one letter off.
Yes.
No, IGTV was their attempt to make something that was kind of a YouTube-ish. It was bundled directly Instagram.
How did that go over? Based on the fact that we're talking about it, I'm guessing not so well.
Yeah, they've decided to pull them right into your YouTube, into Facebook. So it's no longer it's no longer considered part of Instagram. It is just part of your regular feed.
It's now for grandmas.
It's now for grandmas. So that they've decided to bring it in. They're calling it a brand new feature, because I'm sure that's the bright spin for it. But no, that means that the Instagram based creators are now being seen directly within the Facebook app. You're getting it into your feeds. I feel like Instagram TV, IGTV was siloed off too much when it started. So
okay, I get it now. Instagram TV. Okay.
Yeah, IGTV.
No, I didn't understand why it was IG. Okay, I get it now.
It's HGTV.
I gotta say, this week the grandmas are getting all kinds of new perks.
Woo, streaming. Woo, new stuff to watch. Woo! And last week they got new hardware too. It was great.
Oh yeah. Grandmas. Well, that was that creepy hardware though. I don't think grandmas like that creepy hardware.
We did talk about it last week, but last week there was that one Amazon device that was for the kids streaming with grandma.
Yeah, well, that's what they always say, but never.
Well, it was like a mini projector that you put on the floor, and it shows grandma on the top, a little display, but it projects a screen on the floor you can play with grandma on.
Does it project it in a blue hologram so your grandma looks like Obi-Wan, or looks like Princess Leia trying to get Obi-Wan's help?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, okay.
Although if there was some way to do that, that'd be cool. Well, with that, I think that is the news for the week, guys.
All right, well, that brings us to the point in the show where we like to say thank you. Thank you to all of you amazing people that make this show possible over here safely on YouTube, away from the Twitch hackers.
Right. Those
See?
Twitch hackers, they're no
we
good.
We were able to make the move because we're not dependent on Twitch money.
No, we're not.
See, those people that had their financials released, they couldn't leave. They couldn't come over here because maybe they had patrons, but you know what? Twitch was paying them millions.
True.
And their patrons don't mean as much to them. And also, when you see how much that Twitch is paying you as a patron, you might go, oh, yeah, I don't mean as much to him as I thought I did. But you know what? Our patrons, it's a completely different story because you are the people that we rely on. We do not suckle at the teat of Jeff Bezos.
Ew.
At TED Twitch. But we are glad that you are around. Yes. Like Mike says, thanks for keeping us free from the man. Because you know how much Google pays us? Absolutely nothing.
As of yet.
Well,
maybe they'll pay us.
No, I don't think I want to turn. I don't think we're ever going to turn on monetization because
Nice.
that gets you in big trouble and prevents what you can say. And I like being able to say whatever the hell I want to say at any point, including licky nipples? Was that what we were talking about earlier? See,
I believe it was.
if we were
leaky
monetized, we would have been demonetized right there. But we have patrons. If you want to be a patron, you want to support this like weird thing that we do every week, head on over to patreon.com/the Squad. And on that note, let's go to some rants and raves. All right, rants, raves. What do we got?
Guys, I really love the fact that I can blow off some steam every week with you guys here. That'll be my rave. I'm just gonna say it.
All right. So
my
what's your
rant, though, is I'm a Mariners fan. That's not the rant.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a pretty good rant.
It could be, but it's not. They actually did really well this year. They were really far behind, but they did a really good job catching up, and they were in a 4-way tie for the wild card race. It was great, and so they had to win all their games in order to guarantee it of them getting in. But they lost the first game, and so they had to win both the next games in order to get in to the wild card. And they had to, and also the other two teams that were in the lead, one of them had to lose so they could get a tie with them and then hopefully be able to make it to the wild card with that in that situation. So it was really tight. There's a bunch of different people really close trying to get to the wild card, which is crazy. And it's good fun to see lots of competition in games. I'm not a sports guy, but I like watching baseball.
The home team.
I've always been a big Mariners fan because
you got to support
because
the home
I love
team.
Well, and also I like underdogs, and they're perpetually the underdogs. So I've been like, okay, great. I want to watch this game. This is great. Let's watch this game. Let's see. Where can I watch it? Oh, it's okay. It's on Root Sports. Okay, and how can I get Root Sports?
You can't.
Nope. I have to be on Comcast, or I have to buy DirecTV and one of their higher packages, and I already pay for YouTube TV, so no thank you. Okay, Philo. Not Philo. Fubo. Fubo just announced a couple weeks ago that they're getting access to Root Sports. Great, wonderful. Oh, that sounds great. No. So that's not until next year, unfortunately. So I can't do that yet. I'm happy that they're getting onto the platforms. The fact that the games were not being played anywhere, I could not watch them. Oh yeah, there's in the MLB app, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't talk.
So I heard earlier in the
Yeah.
show.
I couldn't discuss the idea of spending that much money just to see
How much is it?
like $165. A
So it's like
season.
twice as much as YouTube TV.
Yeah, but it's for the whole season. I get it.
But still.
Yeah, but for just watching one or two
Yeah.
games, it definitely wasn't worth it. So I decided I was gonna go ahead and just figure out. Okay, there's got to be a way I can watch this in a different way. Maybe I
How
can listen to
about
it.
on what was that TV service that we really liked?
The one that's no longer around.
Yes.
I'm sure it's
The joke
Lo-
doesn't
Lo-
work when I don't know the name of the thing and I have to ask what it is.
Lowcast.
Yes. What about Lowcast?
Or Ariel or whatever.
Aereo.
No, it would have been blocked out because they would have put that would have been considered within 75 miles of Seattle. So
Oh, I
that
thought it
wouldn't
was. I thought they block it out based on stadium capacity.
you know what? The rules suck. And that is my rant, excuse me. These rules suck. And because sometimes it's blocked out from MLB TV. Sometimes it's blocked out from the local channels. Sometimes it's on national. It's just, it's so bad that having to go through this. If I just want to watch my baseball team lose, shouldn't have to pay so much. It would have been cheaper to go up to the game itself and watch it, except for they were sold out. So whatever. That's it. Just me. I so want this entire baseball blackout situation to be completely overhauled from ground to top. I don't care if I have to just pay them something to get access to my local team.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
So, the argument that I've always made is, a lot of places the blackout is based on stadium capacity. So if less than a certain percentage of the stadium is empty, then you can't watch it locally. They penalize the people that
Which makes
didn't go
no
to the
sense.
game. My stance on that is if your stadium is empty, you are charging too much because people don't care if their team is winning. They want to go and see it live. You could have the worst season ever. If your prices are right, the stadium will be packed every single game.
Also, if let's say you charge $5 a ticket, I guarantee you're making up a lot of that money into concessions.
Oh, absolutely.
Guarantee everything's super expensive there, and you're gonna buy something.
Well, these seats are $125 because they're 2 rows different than those ones that are $75, that are 4 rows over from the ones that are $25. And it's just like, this is stupid. Yeah.
That's right. I like the super cheap seats that they discount because they blocks a part of the view of the field. And I sat in it and I'm like, okay, so I can't see that very left corner of the field over there. Just a little bit I can't see. I could just lean forward and see it. That's fine. But they gave me a discount on that seat. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You can always go to the local sports bar, right?
Yeah.
See,
I don't usually go to bars. It's not my thing.
around here, if you go to a bar within a certain radius of the stadium, you are legally required to charge more than the stadium for alcohol. It's a legal requirement because they didn't like that people would go to bars before going to the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And not spend their beer money at the stadium. So it doesn't even have to be in season. It's all year. So then they just basically penalized all of those bars in that radius. And you want to know what happened? A lot of those bars closed down.
Yeah.
Places that have been there forever.
Well, at least it cut down on bar fights.
Fights between the bars.
I would like to see a bar.
There aren't
fight.
as many fights to bar.
See, I always like going to the sports bar, right, to watch the sports.
Oh,
because
sure.
you
Just got to make sure that it's
around.
geographically distant from the stadium. That's, yeah. And I mean,
I never like. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not like the stadium has a parking lot where you can tailgate. So these people, if they want to do stuff before the game starts, they had no choice but to go to these bars and restaurants on their way to, because you have to walk to the stadium from like forever away. And yeah, it's stupid. You can tell I don't enjoy how Minnesota has handled their stadium fiascos.
The sports bar problem is that the sports bar is the problem. It's too noisy. You've got you've got like 10 TVs on sometimes there with different things being shown. That's too much input for my brain. I keep on looking at all of it. It makes me go nuts. There's loud people talking. There's loud people doing things that I'm just not happy about.
Loud people loudly.
Yes, and it's fine that they're loud. And yes, a sports bar does have good food. I will go to a sports bar to eat, and then that was delicious. Let's go. That's great, because then I can enjoy that experience and maybe watch part of the game. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But if I was there to watch the game, I would not be happy, quite frankly. So no. And also, I don't drink alcohol, so yeah, there's a reason people go to bars, and I don't do that. It just doesn't make sense for me. So
yep.
As I drink my ginger ale, it's delicious.
All right, Jimmy, what you got for us?
So The Blacklist on season 8 on Netflix. So it just came to Netflix, and enjoying season 8. That's a really good show. Even after 8 seasons, they still managed to make it entertaining. And maybe I'm just a James Spader fan, right? Which I am. I think almost anything he's ever been in, I've enjoyed, right? But
Stargate the movie.
Stargate
that was
the
good.
movie. That was a good one. I like that one.
Daniel Jackson.
Watching season 8 on Netflix, and I think that's been out though for a while already, hasn't it? I believe.
I stopped watching it about 2 seasons in.
Yeah. Well, it did get those middle seasons. It kind of get a little slow, right?
It wasn't anything about the show. It was just I wasn't really getting into it. That's all.
Yeah, James Spader is what makes the show, really. I mean, if he wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't be interested.
So it would be like if they took Axelrod out of Billions.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. If they took him out, then I wouldn't watch Billions, right? But yeah, it's still entertaining even at season 8. It's a good show. Okay. And if you like James Spader and all 8 seasons are out there on Netflix. You can binge watch it. It's really a good show. So yeah.
All right.
Blacklist.
Well. I assume you haven't watched the season finale of Billions yet, have you?
I have. I've not even watched the first episode of the recent season.
Okay. From last year? Because the beginning of the season started last year.
The episodes they released this year. I haven't watched any 2021. episodes.
Okay. When you finish watching it, because this week was the last episode of the season, and I'm going to be interested to see what you think when we get to the end of this season. But
glad to know the last one's out. That's my sign. Okay, I can go ahead and sign up for Showtime.
Yep. So speaking of characters from Billions, I just who's the guy that is that's Axe's current nemesis, the bald billionaire guy. The other
and he was also in the first season of House of Cards.
Oh, was he?
Right?
Yeah, that guy. I just recently watched him as a young Corrado Jr. On The Sopranos. And
is he on that show?
On the new movie. They've got that Sopranos movie that came out.
It's a preview, a prequel.
Prequel. So and once I realized who he was, all I could see was his character, a dopier version of his character from Billions. And it was just like, okay. So were you guys Sopranos fans?
Nope, never watched it.
Never was.
Okay. Well, I really enjoyed The Sopranos.
It was good.
They made this movie, The Many Saints of whatever, Staten Island or whatever. I don't even remember what it's called now. And it was supposed to be hailed as the answer to that all Soprano fans are looking for. And it would be the thing that would take people back to the theaters. And then a couple months ago, the creator made a huge stink about how he was pissed that they were releasing it on Netflix or on HBO. Newark. Thank you. The Many Saints of Newark. I watched it on HBO Max, and that is exactly where it belongs.
Mhm.
I would have been angry if I spent $50 to go see that thing in the theater.
Oh.
It is made, if you are not a hardcore Sopranos fan, there is nothing there for you. Everything is a reference. There is not really a story. A lot of stuff happens, but there isn't really a story. It would be like they took a whole bunch of webisodes and squished them together to make a movie. Because there are a lot of standalone things that, you know, but there's, so yeah, to the creator dude that was mad that it wasn't being only in the theater, get over yourself, dude. It was not theater quality. This was The Irishman. I could see why people would go see The Irishman in the theater. That actually had a story. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. This was just kind of thrown together random stuff. I would say if you haven't watched The Sopranos, you should go back and watch it. They did get James Gandolfini's son to play him younger, and I think that worked.
Oh, good.
That was one of the few things that worked, but they just didn't really give him much to do. It was just, I don't know. So yeah, if you want to watch it on HBO. But don't go to the theater. You can thank me later. Yeah, it is. But that's why he was mad it was also on HBO.
Oh, okay.
And not just the theater. And that's why I said if I'd gone to the theater,
You would have been upset.
extra angry. So
And well, I bet the main reason why I never saw The Sopranos is I was still traveling back in those days when it originally came on. So
yeah, but you've had 20 years to watch it.
yeah. I mean, it's just like, you know, one of those shows I never just got around to watching.
I was traveling when I first started watching it. We'd be out on cruise. We were in the middle of the Persian Gulf, and one of my buddies, his wife, was recording them week to week. And then when she'd fill up a VHS tape, she would mail it to us. So then, like a month later,
Didn't that show used to come out on Sunday nights?
probably. I never watched it live. I always saw it on DVD after
So all
the
those
fact.
Sunday night shows, right? I mean, I would have to get to bed like about 9 or whatever, because I'd have to wake up at 3 to go catch the plane the next morning.
Fun fact: The Sopranos is the reason I signed up for Netflix in 2002. Or maybe it was 2001. Yeah, it was before I went out to Afghanistan. So when I first signed up for Netflix, because they had the seasons of The Sopranos. I had seen episodes of The Sopranos, but I hadn't seen everything. So my wife and I decided we wanted to watch from the beginning and watch The Sopranos. Went out to buy one of the box sets and said, $80 for season 1. How about Netflix? And then we subscribed to Netflix, and then we watched I used Netflix to watch all of the seasons over the years while it was still running. Once the new DVDs would come out, they were in my queue, and eventually they would show up in my house, and it's like, hey, we get to watch the next disc. But yeah, so All right.
That's
Well-
one I'll have to watch though, and I will watch it.
Yeah, I think you should. On that note, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We are here on YouTube, not Twitch, on YouTube every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central. If you would prefer to get us audio, you can do that too. You can subscribe to us on any podcast catcher service, wherever. Just search
Anyone?
anyone. You'll find us.
Wow.
I can't guarantee if last week's episode has been published because I can't remember if I did it. And to that point, if you're not happy with the frequency that the free podcast comes out, you can always become a patron. They get it tonight. Within a couple hours of this, it will be published and in the hands of our loyal patrons. So absolutely, don't cost much. Other than that, if you want to reach out to us, reach out to us. If you don't, that's fine too. So we'll catch you later. Stick around for the post show where we will select some titles.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Later.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Wah, wah. There we go. I had to find the right thing. Post show.
We are heat raid free.
Aw. If we have to be, I suppose.
TVS.showbot.tv.
That's it. That's the link. That's where you click on that little link that showed up in your chat there. If you just click on that, it'll take you to a website. This website shows all kinds of different titles. If you want, you can click on titles that you like, and you'll put a vote on it. If you do that, you can vote up the various titles to the ones you think should be the top. And all together, we'll work and find out which title should be the best based on the votes.
There is one title that I absolutely hope becomes the winner. And I'm not going to say it to jinx it, but
fair enough.
It's going to read
I think I know which one.
amazingly.
All right. Well, then let's read these in no specific order. Actually, in the order that they were provided. NSNT equals non-specific naming technique.
Mm-hmm.
Peacocked.
Mm-hmm. YouTube almost got peacocked.
This trip is ad supported. You must watch the entire ad. Now for grandmas and loud people loudly.
I think TVS 255 now for grandmas is perfect.
Mike, you're on video. Yeah. Mike, just so you know, he checked in with us and said that he had no voice tonight, so he decided to
his never mind. I'll leave it on.
He decided that not to show up and sound like this on the show tonight.
It sounds like Elite Wolf is calling him out because I think Elite Wolf might know something that we don't. And
really?
I think Mike might be faking.
No, Mike would never do that.
Oh, no.
And Elite Wolf, what would Elite Wolf know that we don't know? Obviously.
Maybe they're in the same room again tonight.
You think so?
Maybe.
Is Elite Wolf his relative?
It was in the there that one night.
Well, he says he's in Idaho, so.
Well, Mike might be in Idaho too. He just said that he
true.
didn't have a voice, and in reality, he doesn't have his camera and his streaming stuff.
And it looks like we have a last minute entry for our titles. We have I Have No Titles Today by Wabbit Magic.
Oh, where did the Licky Nipple go? I put that one in.
I didn't see it go in.
I put it in.
I didn't see it. You better put it in now if you want to.
I am. I think Wabbit deleted it.
Oh!
Yes. I don't remember what Licky Nipple was from, but
referring to. There was discussion about something leaking, and
oh yeah, it was leaked. It was
yeah, the fact
leaky.
that
it was leaky, and you said licky.
Yeah, did I?
No, this was before the show. This
was before we started pre-show,
and which is why I referred to it when I said that if we had said licky nipple, we would get demonetized. Yes.
So I want to just real quickly touch on the emergency services.
It's still not going. It won't take that one. It's formatted, right? Maybe no. It must be. It's got to be the Showbot.
Showbot stopping it. I'm not even seeing it in the chat.
Oh, you're not?
No. I think it's YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like it.
It doesn't like the leaky nipple.
It doesn't like leaky nipple. See? More proof that we would have definitely been demonetized.
It's not too late. We are technically still on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
okay.
we don't have monetization turned on because we're not allowed to.
That's fair. No, I wanted to just quickly comment about emergency services.
Yes.
Okay. I have a phone system. My phone system uses SIP trunks. In order to correctly use SIP trunks, you're supposed to verify that the E911 services work on them. And Clyde is laughing. I learned a long time ago, all right, how do I verify these are working? Oh, I can call 911 and ask them. So I have been for a long time calling 911 and saying, hi, this is a non-emergency call. I'm calling to verify our E911 configuration. Could you please tell me if your information matches this on your screen? I'm currently calling from this number and this location. Which I think is okay, and I've actually had the opportunity to talk to them and they basically say, oh, well, that's fine, you can call me like this. It's not a problem. I do meet with my my area of tech directors in my area, and I had an interesting conversation from them. They are now charging you when you call and do that, like $100, which sucks. So apparently what's happened is that somebody somewhere decided, no, this is not a valid use of the system. You can't do that. We'll charge you a fine for doing it, which I don't know what to even say about that, because I don't know what to do. Apparently a lot of the different providers will give you a 933 number to call. So you can, and they'll pick that up and they'll go ahead and tell you the information that you're submitting in a voice automated return of that information, basically making sure you are sending out the right information on E911. But my current provider doesn't do that. And I asked them a question and said in support email, I open a ticket. Hey, how do I do this? And my provider hasn't responded yet. It's been a week. There's my rant.
All right. Well, that leads into I had an experience with similar, which allowed me to get to know the Scottsdale Police Department. So I was I had to travel to Scottsdale for a previous company. We had an office there, and I was out there doing a refresh in the network closet. And part of that was we installed a new voice router. And once everything was done, the last thing we needed to do was dial 911 to test, to make sure that it was working. Okay. I dial 911. They can't hear me.
Oh.
Which is even worse, because if they can't hear you, they freak out. And then I had to find another phone that was on a different circuit and call them and say, hey, this is not an emergency. Well, the problem is This goes a couple times, and they're going through the phone system, and the cops show up.
Right.
And I have to explain to the cops, here's what's going on. We have to do this test. It's required. They can't hear me. We're trying to troubleshoot. I tried explaining to them, and I got on another phone, was able to reach the same call center. Because if I had called from a cell phone or something, I'd get a completely different. Yeah, you're not. Yeah. So I was able to find a phone in the building that would go to the right call center, and then I called them and I said, "Hey, we're trying to test this. It's clearly not working. I'm gonna have to keep calling until it works. Once we have a chance to test." And I said, can you please, let them know that for now, it's not an emergency at this building. They said, no, we can't do that. I understand your problem, but every time you call, if it's still the same problem, we're going to have to respond.
Somebody out.
So then the second time the cops were called, I explained it, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to hang out. He's like, I'm just going to hang out here. And then when they call me again, when they say, I can say I'm already on site and blah, blah, blah. So while they're working on it, I would go outside to smoke and then talk with the cops. And they were happy because they literally got a break. They're just hanging out in front of this business. And they since they were technically on a call, they didn't have to. So they were kind of happy. So it turned out that the SIP trunks, they have to be provisioned for E911.
Right. Correct.
They had never been provisioned for E911, which meant in the 5 years that those SIP trunks had been there, they were misconfigured on CenturyLink's side. I think it was
really?
CenturyLink. So it never worked. It was still legacy because it was still set up as legacy voice or whatever they called it, analog, right, and not E. So therefore, I found out that the company, they had a problem for a long time and nobody knew it. Because I'm guessing when they set it up the first time, nobody tested it. Mainly because they didn't want to call 911. I had to call 911 like 15 times.
Right.
And every single time they couldn't hear me, the 14 of those times they couldn't hear me, and they had to call the police.
Right.
Emergency services. I needless to say, I was not popular with the 911 operators.
Yeah, but it wasn't your fault.
I told that story to my cousin, who is a 911 operator, and she did not find it amusing. But yeah, so that was my my big trip to Scottsdale, and.
No.
So I think the top title should be disqualified because clearly there was some Russian vote interaction scam nation.
It's only got 2 votes. 1 + 1 is 2, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
So obviously the winner is peacocked.
I thought it was Now for Grandmas.
Oh, you like that one, right?
I think that one would work the best. It's got a nice ring to it.
Oh, well, I can vote for that one.
Okay, I give it a little help just
There we go.
because.
Now for Grandmas. The VOD Squad. Now for Grandmas.
If you're a grandma and you're watching this show, please let us know at the VOD Squad.
If you're my grandma and you're watching this show, definitely let us know. Because both of my grandmas are dead. If we hear from them, that would be amazing. So, yes. Either grandma. If you're watching this, definitely let me know. I won't be freaked out. I promise. My house is
I might
already
be,
haunted.
just a little bit.
My house is already haunted. I mean, what does it matter?
Yeah, invite him in. More the merrier, right?
Yeah. As long as they don't mess with my stuff, whatever.
Yeah,
I
and
have the
let you
same.
sleep.
I have the same deal with the whatever that entity is as I have with the spiders.
Oh, you have an entity with spiders?
No, I was saying I have the same deal with the haunting as I do with the spiders. If you don't bother me, you're fine. Just do your thing. Like, yeah, if you mess with me while I'm sleeping, you're gonna die. That's basically all it is.
So Valve just released a video on YouTube about taking apart the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is their PC, quote unquote PC, that's an awful lot like a Nintendo Switch in its form factor. And the name of the video is "Take a Look Inside the Steam Deck," but it basically has the title card of "Do not do any of this." It's showing you how hard it is to open, how hard it is to replace stuff, and how hard it is to fix. That's not saying you can't. It's just saying maybe you shouldn't. But it's nice that they have their own tear down video. That's kind of nice.
I gotta say, I think I mentioned it before. The Steam Deck looks a lot like a Game Gear.
Yes, it does.
Or is it a Lynx?
Oh yeah, more like a Lynx. You're right. But the Game Gear and Lynx, they're pretty similar.
Yeah, the Lynx was a little bit wider
The
because you
Lynx-
could play it either way. You could flip
Right,
it
you could
around.
flip it around, which I thought was a cool idea of
Mhm.
Lynx, quite frankly. It's just, but those early consoles, the battery life in them were so horrible. They lasted like 40 minutes before the batteries ran.
You got 40 minutes?
Those
No.
are good batteries.
So the one that I thought was genius, obviously the rule of Clyde went into effect when I was a kid, was the TurboGrafx 16 one. Because it used the same freaking cartridges in the console and the portable.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
But
Nintendo did the same thing. You could put your
try and put your NES cartridge into your Game Boy.
No, the other way around. You
Like-
put your Game Boy cartridges in your NES. They actually do
Later,
things like that.
yeah, but that was also, you got the crappy no color games on your NES.
I know.
It's not like where you could take, well, I was playing Splatterhouse and then I gotta go. We gotta get in the car. Okay.
Right.
And then you put it in and you continue playing in the car. My buddy had a TurboGrafx 16. I rather enjoyed that bonk game.
Well, TurboGrafx 16 was a pretty good platform for its day. It just didn't have enough good games.
There was some stuff behind the scenes that they kind of screwed up, and they shot themselves in the foot, and then they died.
Yeah.
In the spirit of 911, I'm going to post you something in the on Discord there.
Is this something we can play on the stream, or is this something we should watch later?
It's audio only, but there are a couple of F-bombs in there.
Okay. So we'll post it in the bar. So if anybody wants to check it out, you can go to the Discord in the bar and watch the thing that we apparently can't play on our stream.
Yeah. So
Because we don't want to
it's-
get ultra secret, double secret demonetized.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty funny. It's worth the listen.
All right. Well, anything else?
As of right now, no, not really.
Yeah.
I gotta edit a video for school tomorrow because we're
Yeah.
doing virtual assemblies tomorrow.
I need to edit tonight's audio and check and see if I ever published last week's, because I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did it,
I
but
think you did, but
I
you
don't
never
know.
know.
I don't know if it's on archive. So
No, I think I
we'll
saw
find
it in
out.
my feed. So yeah, I think it
Actually,
was
I'm
there.
checking right now. Archive.org. And we go the VOD Squad, my library. I see 252. Did I miss 253 and 254? How is that
No.
possible?
No.
I only see 252. I don't see 253 or 254.
No. I know you got it. Hold on. Checking out my feed. See the VOD Squad feed. You're right. I don't see 252.
See, this is why you become a patron. Somebody out there's 28 or 30 people out there that are going,
Where's the feed?
Did they stop doing the show?
Well, they're going to get they can binge a couple episodes now. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, episode 247, Should I Watch Yellowstone, has 52 views,
Wow.
according to archive.org.
Well, then you'll have to put the couple on there.
248, My Audio is Spatial, 37.
I didn't notice our subscribers keep creeping up a little bit. as well.
250, this is on archive.org. This doesn't count all the, I think, all the people that download it. But, yeah, so 255 now for grandmas should be our highest all time because now grandmas can listen to it.
Exactly.
Elite Wolf, we did discuss that earlier.
Yeah, we did. Say scroll back. It was kind of in the middle someplace.
I go change my password. How to change? I went to Twitch and I didn't see an easy place to change your password.
Yeah. Oh, no, they don't make it easy. And that's one reason. It's one of the reasons I wanted to leave Twitch is because finding their settings just drives me crazy because they have settings in two completely different places. And it's
change password. There it is.
And it's like, but
looks like you're trying to log in from a new device. We just sent you an email with a verification. Really?
All right.
Thanks.
Well, on that note, I'm going to shut this down. Thanks,
Everything
everybody,
does
for
this
hanging
now.
out with us tonight, and we will catch you all next week.